In the next week, the continuation of Ultra Instinct Goku vs Moro will commence, but after only a few short moments, it seems Moro has already debunked Goku's weaknesses surrounding the form. Goku has been making groundbreaking progress in his trials with Ultra Instinct, but there appears to have been a grave miscalculation somewhere. Although he's already displayed the pinnacle of the power of Ultra Instinct before, it seems Goku still hasn't yet perfected it, even though he controls Sign at will now. The last hope for the universe may very well come down to Vegeta, as more and more I feel like I've been preaching about his time being now with how things are being set up in the near future. In a similar piece of parallel fiction we've been checking out, Vegeta once again seems to be near the center interest of all of the action going on. But in this universe, his talents and skill set are being recognized significantly. Dragon Ball Super Kai previously left us with quite a unique encounter, as in our last video, due to the Angel of Universe 13's never-ending wit, the entirety of the remaining Z-Fighters, including the androids, Tien, and even Master Roshi, opted to be absorbed by Majin Buu in order to create one extremely powerful being in the form of this ultimate form of Majin Buu. As gimmicky as he is, there's no doubt that Majin Buu is indeed really powerful, and being composed of all of the Z-Fighters has pushed his power and intelligence to a level never before seen. But that still isn't nearly enough to take down an angel. As Murno explains, perhaps if he were of their level, things would be different. There is one person, however, that continues to pique his interest even more than Goku. Someone that the angel himself, a being that looks at all others as inferior, has scouted as worthy of his tutelage. Something Vegeta possesses, something about his battle sense and mindset that interests Murno, but Vegeta refuses to take any sort of offer from this guy, immortal or not. Taking his next actions as pretty much a slap in the face, the angel is infuriated to find out that Vegeta has chosen to undergo training by the angel's father, the Grand Priest, in order to combat him later on, so Murno shows up quite abruptly and separates Whis and the Grand Priest from the Z-Fighters. Ultimate Majin Buu and Vegeta at first seem to be doing alright with holding their own against the god, but Murno's strength and intelligence far exceed their own, many times over, as nothing they do has any sort of effect, even making Majin Buu believe that he's turned him into chocolate and eaten him. This is when Frieza, thought to have already been disposed of by Murno in their first encounter, shows up on Earth out of nowhere, saving Majin Buu from certain death at the hands of the angel, but not for his sake. Frieza has returned for revenge of his own in this epic once-in-a-lifetime dream match. If you guys want to check out the original chapter for yourselves, the link to DBS Kai's fan manga will be down below in the description box, and once again, I want to thank you guys so much for showing out with all of the love and support lately. You all have just been absolutely rocking it. If you haven't already, be sure to have that notification bell turned on to never miss a future upload, and also follow me on both Twitch and Twitter to keep up with me and all Dragon Ball and anime related content. But without further ado, as we return to our latest dilemma back on Earth in Universe 7, the first thing we're shown is the shocked faces of Vegeta, Super Buu, and the previously extremely confident and angry Golden Frieza. But why? Frieza was the one that showed up with the surprise attack. Oh, you seem surprised, mortals. Was it something I said, perhaps? The angel utters, as now we see that not only is Murno here, but a clone of himself has shown up as well. Vegeta ascends up in the air to the angel, saying that this was unexpected, but he knew he was hiding something this entire time. So, one of your powers is creating clones then. I'm sensing the exact same level of power from the both of you, so this is not an illusion, Vegeta says. Am I correct in saying this? My, as expected from someone as keen as you, Vegeta, the angel replies. Certainly took you long enough, but I have a suspicion you've been aware of this since we first met. Vegeta says that he knew he was up to something and he hides his power really well, but something has been off this whole time and this just confirms his suspicions. But now that they know this, they should fare better, right? Ha, the angel replies, mortals, honestly, it doesn't matter either way because this isn't just a clone, but far different from what you think you know. My power is unlike anything you've ever encountered in your short lives. However, he goes on, if you are so curious as to what I can do, then allow me to show you a few things that you've yet to experience. The angel goes on to explain that the ability that they see before them allows him to duplicate himself an endless amount of times, all of equal powers and skills to the original with absolutely no strain on himself, all sharing the same mind as well. So, even if one is fully destroyed, This would be an endless battle regardless, Boo says, as Myrna confirms. This should come to no surprise to you, Majin, he says, directing his attention to Boo. You possess a similar ability, however mine is permanent and my duplicates all possess the ability of interdimensional travel and multiversal power. You are not fighting a copy, you're fighting me. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could launch an entire army of myself on the multiverse, and there isn't a single thing you or anyone could do about it. This has been hopeless for you all from the very beginning. I just wanted to give you a bit of confidence for the time being, and as I expected, you all took the bait. Turning back to Majin Buu, he goes on to add that not only was he unsuccessful in eating him, but Myrna was able to escape without them even realizing it very easily. If that were anyone else, then perhaps, yeah, that little trick of yours would have taken their life, and you all would be about your day right now. But I'm not just any opponent, so allow me to enlighten you on something. The angel raises his hand to reveal an oddly shaped crest. You may not have noticed, but this symbol on my hand previously only had 4 markings. Now it has 5. If you all were as keen as you think, you would have picked up on something like this, as it proves that in each encounter, you've been dealing with a different me. He goes on to further explain that even though they defeated his clone earlier, they didn't kill him. Instead, his crest was transferred to the rest of them, but the symbol and the true power behind it isn't quite ready yet, but soon enough. The more the crest completes, the stronger he becomes, and this has all been a part of his plan. Once the symbol is fully completed, there isn't a single thing anyone, living or dead, can do to stop me. My final goal is Zeno, but I don't mind toying with you all until I get to him. Just how long until that symbol is complete then, Vegeta asks. Well, since you're so curious, I'll tell you that there are 13 pieces needed in order for the crest to be completed. Once that happens and I meet Zeno, the game is over, he says. As to how all of this is going to happen, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Right now, Myrtle has 8 total pieces and his counterparts all have half of that, so he is very close to completing whatever this final goal of his is before confronting Zeno, as he says that he's actually been fighting them all very differently since the first time they fought. What a shame, Vegeta. You have such interesting raw and untapped potential. You would have been the absolute perfect destroyer, but instead you chose your pride and let it cloud your vision to the gift I could have given you. And then what do? You go and train with my father. But where did that get you, Vegeta? Not only do the 3 of you have no chance against me, he goes on to explain, but I am far stronger than my brothers and sisters, so neither Whis nor the rest of them will be able to destroy what I become now. Now that Myrtle has released this much information to the Z Fighters, Vegeta wonders just why he's chosen to put all of his cards on the table now. Is he really that cocky? Or is this also a part of his plan? With just the 3 of you, there's nothing to be afraid of, Myrtle says, and I hate to admit it, but actually the only person who could really stand up to me right now is my father, and he hasn't had a serious battle in billions of years, so outside of him, you, the gods, and my siblings are nothing I can't handle on my own. Come to think of it, he says, and then his eyes light up with an idea. Vegeta, if you were actually able to do so, I honestly wouldn't mind dying by your hand. It would only help me anyway, but only if you can. Of course it won't be easy, especially for a mortal, he goes on, but I would accept this fate if you were the one to do it, Vegeta, so what do you say? Vegeta of course responds that he would love to be the first Saiyan to kill an angel. As long as I live to fight, you won't complete that crest, Angel, he says, as Boo and Frieza ready themselves as well. With the information Myrtle presented everyone with in this chapter, it seems like the quicker they take him out, the better, but per his own words, the only one that can even stand up to him at this point is his own father, the Grand Priest. The powers that the Angel will gain when the crest is complete is just as much as a mystery as the powers he possesses now, but from the sound of it, once it is finally complete, Myrtle may transcend the very gods themselves, but he still finds interest in a mortal such as Vegeta. Whether this is more bait or not, Vegeta has once again been chosen by Myrtle, but this time not for training. If there will be one to defeat the Angel, it seems like he'll only accept it if it's Vegeta to be the one to kill him for some reason, after commenting on the amount of untapped power and potential he still possesses, and how he would make the ideal god if he had chosen that path. But still, Destroyer God or not, Vegeta is being looked at as the first Saiyan ever being worthy enough to take the life of an angel, and this is a challenge I don't think he would ever turn down.